Hi, everybody. No? Simpsons? Dr. Nick? No? God, I feel fucking old. Anyway, we're going to be watching the Superman trailer. Now, I know James Gunn Superman has got a pretty much mixed bag. There's people that are hating it, and there's people that are loving it. I'm in that in-between, between loving it and not necessarily hating it. There's some things that I enjoy about how he's imagining Superman. I love the brightness of the blue, the reds, the yellows, the S back on the cape. Yes, even the trunks, because that's how I was introduced to Superman years ago with the trunks. The only other character that DC has that I feel that could get away without having the trunks is Batman. We've seen it numerous times between Keaton's portrayal, Kilmer, rest in peace, Val Kilmer, by the way, and Doc Holliday, and in the Nolan verse. So we've seen Batman without trunks before, and it works for Batman. It doesn't quite work for Superman, in my opinion. Now, I know what James Gunn was going for was the New 52 style of Superman, which I absolutely hated. I did not like that style of Superman. He looks like his suit is made of armor and everything like that. The collar on the neck. That I wasn't digging. And plus I took the trunks off. No more S on the cape. I think in some variations there was an S on the cape, but it was black. So needless to say, I didn't like that version of Superman. The S, the famous Superman S. It's not what I thought it was going to be. James Gunn went with the Kingdom Come Superman S, which I don't quite understand, because Kingdom Come is like an Elseworlds type of story. If you haven't read Kingdom Come, look, I suggest you read it because it's a very great story. I just don't like that S. I mean, it looks good for Kingdom Come Superman with the black and red, but I do not think it looks good with yellow and red. They did a variation of it in the CW Arrowverse with their version of the Elseworld story. It worked for Brandon Routh, or Ruth, however you say his name, Superman, because he had the black and red. And then towards the end of it, he had the yellow and red, which it just didn't fit, because it just looks good in black and red. So everyone's pretty much hating on this. I'm giving it a shot. I'm giving it a shot. I like Creature Commandos. I like what James Gunn is doing with Creature Commandos, and I can't wait for it to come back. Peacemaker Season 2 is also coming back. I've seen the trailer for that, and I'm slightly confused. And Nolan, he's playing Guy Gardner in this version, but he's been voicing Green Lantern for God knows how long. He's been voicing Hal Jordan, not Guy Gardner, the most hated Green Lantern, mind you. So we're gonna watch this trailer and see what we think of it. And let me know down in the comments if you've seen the trailer and what you think of it.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently.
So far, I don't know. You got to watch, a bit more, but he's kind of got the Superman voice. He's kind of got the look going between Clark and Superman.
You've come under a lot of fire for what some might.
A lot of fire.
It's a lot.
And I know people are going to say in the first trailer that came out, Superman flinched when he got something tossed out of his head. Now he doesn't. He doesn't flinch. They changed that. He blinked in the first trailer. Now he doesn't.
Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
Okay, this is a perfect example of the suit. I love how the suit is bright blue. You got the yellow belt, the trunks, the long cape. Does it need all that extra shit on the suit? I don't think so. And that was the same reason why I didn't like Zack Snyder's Superman suit, because it had all that extra shit. Don't add, just leave it the way it is. You don't need to add shit. But also, who is that? Who is that? And that's, obviously here, Rick Flag Sr.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world. More.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
Now, apparently, this character, James Gunn just made for the movie. I think his name is Hammer. I could be wrong about his name, but I know for a fact that he just made it for the movie.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Crypto. So I hear the Christopher Reeve Superman music, but it's slightly updated, so I'm digging that.
Your choices.
Now, oh shit. Now, I don't know who this person is. I thought it was Mercy, Lex Luthor's bodyguard. So I'm been told that it's not. So I don't know who that is.
Your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Mr. Terrific.
Superman. He's not a man.
Oh! And there's Metamorpho in the back. Now, if no one knows about Metamorpho, I know a little bit about Metamorpho. He could change his shape into anything and his molecules and shit like that. But if you look, he transformed his hand into kryptonite so they could subdue Superman. Metamorpho looks great.
He's an it. Somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
Oh, hold on. Let's go back to that. The Green Lantern construct, the ring construct. He just said, pooh. Wow. That's actually pretty cool to me. Still, I don't know why they chose that hairstyle for Guy Gardner. He's had many hairstyles throughout his comic career. I know this is the most famous, I guess, but still, doesn't quite look good on Nolan. Metamorpho again. That was a good shot. Again, I don't know why he chose the Kingdom Come symbol. I don't get it. And to me, I don't like it because it doesn't quite fit.
You have a dog?
Crypto. Okay, so it has some interesting points in the trailer. Am I 100% hyped for it? I would say maybe 90%. I'll see it when it comes out. I'm more excited about, more established, getting these characters more established. We all know Superman. We don't know, a lot of people don't know who Guy Gardner Green Lantern is if you're not familiar with the comics. Hawk Girl, Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific. So I'm glad to see that these guys are getting the spotlight, even though there was a CW version of Mr. Terrific. Some people got to know him a little bit, but now he's making his big screen debut. And also, Hawk Girl was in CW for a little while. I think on Legends. I think that was the show. But I like seeing these lesser known characters getting the spotlight, like Metamorpho. Metamorpho hasn't had a CW adaptation to him yet, and he's getting a big screen debut. I like the way it is. Like I said, I have my gripes with the suit. I'm giving my trust to James Gunn, giving his track history, with the Guardians of the Galaxy, because I love those movies. So I'm trusting him with this so far. In my opinion, I think he's right on the money. Again, I don't need that extra shit on the suit. Don't need the collar. The cape does not need to be on the outside. It needs to be on the inside, not the outside. That's just me. That's my type of Superman. No collar. The cape needs to be on the outside. No extra shit on the suit. It's just the suit. Leave it be. Leave it simple. That's just the way I see it. And I think, I'm not predicting this, but I think maybe towards the middle or the end of the movie, we might get a costume change, and maybe it'll be more accurate. So I'm actually hoping for that, because I would like to see the traditional S. Bring back the Christopher Reeve S. I want to see that. But that's my thoughts on the Superman trailer coming out. The movie's actually coming out in July. And I'll be seeing that. So let me know your thoughts on what you think of, what James Gunn is doing so far with Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, Superman, and everything that's tying into pretty much everything. So let me know in the comments what you think about this trailer. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.